Hi, in this video we're going to learn how variables can be used to store values and execute our code with specific data. Variables give us the ability to store information that we can use in our code. This information can be text or numbers and can be altered as our code progresses. Variables can be used to control different commands in our programs, such as which LED should turn on or how bright it should be. Before we start learning more advanced coding techniques, let's go over some broad rules we need to follow when naming variables in our code. Anytime we want to name something, we want to make sure the name is descriptive. When someone rereads a name in our code, they should be able to make an educated guess as to what it is used for. Our names cannot include any spaces. In Python, we write all names using snake case, where we use underscores to separate words. For example, brightness underscore value. If you try to start a name with a number, the computer will respond with an error, so either move the number to another place or write it out using letters. And remember, names are case sensitive. Before you use a variable, you need to give it a name and assign it a value. When naming our variables, we need to be sure to follow our guidelines, so we would not want to use this name because it is not descriptive of the value that it holds. To use a variable, the first thing we need to do is assign it. We do this by writing the variable's name followed by an equal sign and the value we want to assign it. To use the variable, we plug its name wherever we want to use its value. In this case, we want the value of the brightness value variable, which is 100, to control the brightness of our middle LED. So we plug it into our command where we would normally write the number for brightness. It's very important to remember that we cannot use a variable unless we have previously defined it. Once we create a variable, we can change its value throughout our code as much as we'd like. Every time we give a variable a new value, we are overwriting the value it had before. Each variable can only hold one value at a time. At the beginning of this code, we created a variable called brightness value and set its value to 100. When we use the variable in line 3 to set the brightness of the middle LED, it will have a brightness of 100. After we've lit this LED, we are changing the value of the brightness value variable to 200 on line 4. So when we use this variable to set the brightness of another LED on line 5, it will now have a brightness of 200. On line 6, we are using an equation to change the value of our variable. We are taking the previous value of the variable, which was 200, and dividing it by 4, so our variable now has a value of 50. When we use our variable for the last time on line 7, the final LED we light will have a brightness of 50. When we run this code, our output will be 3 LEDs on with brightness values of 200, 100, and 50. We will start to build physical circuits in the next exploration. Before we do, let's take a look at some components you'll be using. Our first component is an LED, or light emitting diode. LEDs produce light of different colors. One important note about LEDs is they have a long leg and a short leg. You may have to look carefully to tell which leg is shorter, but it is important to pay attention to which leg is which when connecting your LEDs in your circuits. Many LEDs require a resistor to be used in conjunction with them, so let's take a look at what a resistor is. A resistor is used to reduce current flowing through a circuit or component. Resistors use different colored bands to depict their resistance value. We won't discuss how the color code works in this course, but your teacher will provide you with the correct strength resistors for your physical circuits. Resistors can be connected in your circuit in either direction. In this lesson, we learned how to assign and use variables. Refer to the example to help you use variables to write some microbit programs of your own.